What's up? I'm live Monday and finally returning to Satisfactory, I guess. I mean, that's what the title says. I haven't actually played this game in almost a week now. And of course, gonna be jumping straight back into, well, it's nuclear, but there's a lot of complexity involved, because of course there is. This is gonna take a while. Honestly, I'm just postponing the Phase 5 Project Part Factory because that's going to be even more ridiculous than this is. And with a recent change that I'm probably going to commit to, I might need more power. Believe it or not, I'm probably fine. In fact, I'll definitely be fine eventually. But yeah, I might actually have to build out to be able to utilize that extra 200,000 megawatts or something that I'm just currently sinking. Rocket fuel OP. Well, plus the compacted coal, plus the power boost from the 5 augmenters I've got placed. Yeah, shall we touch on that, actually? So, before we get into anything, I wanted to do one big factory for the Phase 5 project parts, right? And it's gonna be a big factory because it's Phase 5, that's how it has to be. Even though I'm only producing 4 nuclear pasta, 4 biochemical sculptors, 1 AI expansion server, and 1 ballistic warp drive per minute. Just basically the bare minimum to get me there, because honestly, it doesn't matter. This is already going to use a lot of resources. Just get it done, idle away the time, and eventually it'll be completed. But you know what? Let's go a little bit more crazy and have all that plus 1 each of all the previous project parts. Increases the complexity a little bit, but only really in the sense that now instead of making this many of each of the previous project parts, I'm making this many plus 1. Which, in the case of something like the assembly director system, means I'm doubling the amount that I'm making, but for versatile framework and smart plating, nothing. So, a little bit more complexity. But then I decided, you know what? This isn't complex enough. I want to go one step further. So I'm doing all of that, plus then I'm throwing in another 25 per minute of alien power matrices. 150 power boost, 50% power boost. Yeah. The only thing is the complexity has gone up through the roof. There is a crafting chain here that if I in the visualization of all the crafting ingredients and such, there's a crafting chain here that if I map it out in the right way, I can make a bubbly looking Z because there are 4 different sets of recipes that are feeding back into each other such that make a Z or an N or, some other letter that has 3 segments to it. I guess a 2 or a 5 as well would work. It just why so many feedback loops? So yeah, that's going to increase the complexity and it's going to increase the power consumption up to a maximum of, where is the number? 202,000 megawatts. Like I said, I'm sinking that much. But the extra 25 alien power matrices per minute will go and bump the extra power I'm making from 50% up to 150%. So it's not that big of a deal. The only problem is it requires absurd amounts of things. Like I'm using 40% of the SAM on the map, 16, almost 17% of the quartz, 15, almost 16% of the copper, over 17.5% of the coal, I mean, iron... Iron is nearing 4,000 items per minute, but that's a little over 4%. There's so much iron in the desert, it's not that big of a deal. Other stuff, though, yeah. The SAM 4,000 SAM per minute. Why is it not called SAM ore anymore? God damn it. That is going to be the hard one. And part of the reason why the resource requirement is so ridiculous, because I'm not mining any bauxite, caterium, sulfur, or uranium. Now the uranium is needed for them. So, yeah. But, on to what we're actually going to be focusing on tonight, and that is uranium. I actually went through and figured out how much waste I would be producing, because this doesn't seem to take into consideration what that would be. And I figured out that if I wanted to make 5 fixonium fuel rods per minute, yes, I'm actually going to do fixonium, I need, 2.4 uranium and 1 plutonium fuel rods per minute in order to get the necessary waste to get up to fixonium. And that is going to consume up to, in order to produce all this stuff, all these fuel rods, it's going to consume up to 17,500 megawatts. All to produce like 60,000 megawatts. Like I said, this is relatively small nuclear, going to be a relatively small nuclear setup. I don't want to make an overly complex one. I don't need to. I have all my power in fuel, which is technically a gas, and coal. I don't need nuclear power. I'm just doing it to do it. Which is why I'm actually going about getting fixonium fuel rods. Because otherwise I'd just stop at uranium, make some plutonium fuel rods, and sink it. You know, don't need the plutonium fuel rods. Don't want to deal with the plutonium waste, and fixonium's a pain in the ass, so screw that. But yeah, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it. We're making nuclear power because we can. Because we can. Also, I'm still on 1004. Because, mods, really. Oh, hey, that's my desktop. Doesn't actually matter that you see that. I still normally minimize it, is all. That one. Yeah, I'm just doing nuclear to do nuclear. I've only done it in Update 4. And I only did uranium back then and just never dealt with the waste. Just kind of put it off to the side and forgot about it. That's what I did with the desert in Update 4, was just nuclear. Yeah, what a waste of resources. So, yeah, I haven't touched it since, so we're going to do it in Update 1.0. Yep. But yeah, because of mods, I'm not sure how everything worked out. I know that my setup currently is good, so I want to stick with this. Even if that means staying on 1004. It does mean I don't get some of the new quality of life fixes that they've added, but not that big of a deal. Also, I still get my dupe bug, which is... I don't care. I don't care. You know? That's all I really need. What have I done off stream? I mean, I've done all this. I showed this off before, right? Oh, I set up a teleporter room. That's all. This has all been here otherwise. The crafting setup to make power shards, biofuel, and the DNA capsules, that's what they're called, to sink. And then this is just my general purpose sink area. I probably don't need all 4 containers at this point, but it is what it is. Doggos are over here. The reason why they don't have a light is because what if they want to sleep at night? I'm not just going to have a light on at all times for them. Also, yeah, there is that little bit of derpiness, but only if you're close enough. Okay, I'm going that way. Yeah, I honestly don't remember exactly what I did on stream versus off. I did a bunch of stuff, that's for sure. You can see all this. I don't know how much of this was on stream versus not. I think I did play that on stream, but yeah, I did a fair amount. Also, there's stairs here. The tier 6 thing, I know it's flashing currently, but there was one more thing to research, which is probably why it was being weird. Really, it's just blueprints, but I don't want to deal with that right now, so I'm not doing that. Ma'am, though, the progress in there, you can see most of this is complete at this point. Just alien technology, I will have to get that eventually, but it requires singularity cells, which I don't have made yet. I'll probably just end up buying them from the shop if I can, when I get to that. I haven't done nuclear because I don't have uranium cells. Sooner than not, I will, and then I'll do that. Not that I don't already have a bunch. And then this just requires power shards, so I haven't bothered to unlock it. And, yeah. Once I research this and use that hard drive, I'll get one alternate hard drive research. Oh, that's over here. That I can do, and that will be the last alternate research that I can get. Alternate recipe. That thing. In a minute since I did this. Also, I have that slot, and I think I already had these, but that slot is there now. Yep. That's where we're at. Shall I show off the portal room? It's basically just everything that was over there, which it's gone now. You can see everything is gone. The power line is routed over to the side rather than through the center of the desert. That's there. I'll move it if I feel like I need to, but otherwise everything else is up here where it's out of the way. Yep. And the portal room is nearby. Okay, no fall damage. Which you can tell by how close it is by how quick the warp is. Yeah, just a little dark in here, admittedly. A bunch of teleporters set up to go to my different factories. I'll probably end up utilizing this one. Yeah, I don't know. Probably end up utilizing this one for uranium. I did end up finishing the motor factory off stream. Remember, that was one of the last things I was streaming. That's off over that way somewhere. It should be running efficiently enough. I think that's actually it. That was O, not P. I'm not holding spacebar anymore, mind you. Yep. Machines don't render in from this far back, but I mean, you can see the motors are going in there. There should be another one of them down around there somewhere. Just out of view for 5 stators a minute. Because, well, why wouldn't I? That looks kind of ridiculous. Speaking of kind of ridiculous, that building there. I will need to expand the fuel setup. I'm not looking forward to that, but it is what it is. And if you're wondering how I'm hovering like this, it's a mod. Simple as that. Trains! Interesting that that's completely unloaded. Yeah, I've got coverage of most of the swamp with how things are set up currently, so that's nice. What are you, iron? Okay. I will need quartz for this factory, and where is it? Station's over here, so actually, yeah, they should be over here. Oh, is there gas here? No, there's not. think that was properly fixed in 1005, perhaps. There we go. Ports there, there, and there. Those 3 nodes. I could tap into any one of them and get what I need for this nuclear plant. I'm not going to. That's for the desert. Oh yeah, a non-issue. This horrid place. Oh, hey, look, a slug that I somehow missed. Kinda need the daytime to get here sooner than not. It is moving towards daytime, right? Yes. Oh, some of them here. Neat. So if you didn't know, another slug particle? I didn't think there was another one there. Yeah, if you didn't know, there's actually a cavern back here, and oh look, uranium. How you guys doing? Doing alright? Yeah? That's cool. So, here's the uranium node I'll be using. I'm only grabbing like 100 per minute or something around there. Not a lot. Like I said, this isn't meant to be an all-out nuclear facility. It's just meant to be something to get into nuclear. Also, might have to do that just because the fog gets rather annoying in the swamp. I did notice there was another slug over here somewhere. Somewhere. Right there, probably. I think I got most of the more valuable slugs, at least. More valuable slugs, i.e. not the blue ones. You guys are spawning in rather late. Oh my god, how many slugs am I gonna find? I need power shards, so I want to keep grabbing them if I see them, but I also want to move on with my life. If I keep going after all the power slugs that I see, I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. Damn it! They're just everywhere. So, yeah, how do we go about doing this? I don't know. We should probably start down this way. I'm gonna have to run power. Oh, I see a purple slug, actually. I might want to grab that, because that's an easy 10. Oh yeah, I do get towards my, towards the outer limits of what this pack is capable of. I do have a solution for that. That occurred to me just before. And it seems like I'll need to put that into effect sooner than not. Okay, so back this way we go. Yeah, I'm connecting all the way over there. Don't worry about that. Slug over there. So I wanted to go that way. Not because there was a purple slug, but because that's where my oil supply will be. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's a mod thing. No. Power. I don't know. Is it just those two? Looks like it. Anyway, even with those not actually doing anything, in theory I should now be connected to them, which looks like it isn't the case. excuse you. You good now? Anyway, now it's working. Over here. Is there anything left? If there was something in there, I must have already gotten it. Yeah, as I was saying, we go over this way, maybe pick up that purple slug if I can find it again. If there were more geothermal gens over here, geothermal vents rather, that I can put a generator down on, it actually would ensure that I have zero issues. Oh, I see. I see why it was having issues, because this pack requires a lot of power. Look at that, there's some ship back here. Yeah, hi guys, how you doing? I have no means of flight at the moment. This is why I like power suits. But as far as I'm aware, that mod's not been updated as of yet. Fortunately, I don't take fall damage. Let's see. Geyser. Just those, huh? There's more over that way that I haven't tapped into, and those are far away. Those aren't that far. Also, my character is named weirdly. I think that's probably because I'm offline, in order to ensure that I can launch the game without issue. Because it won't try and update. Sure, why not? It won't try and update if I'm in offline mode, so I can continue to play on 1004. And not worry whether or not the mods have been updated for 1006 at this point. Now, where were those geysers? Right back there, I think. Yep. A little far away to be doing this, apparently. Ooh, this one's got 3 on it. Very nice. I'm not seeing anything more. I think it's just those 3. Yeah, the reason why I was having issues is because this pack draws 500 megawatts as sort of a balancing point for it. And so naturally, if the consumption goes below 500, which it did with those other 2, then I'm gonna have a bad time. And you can see, like, it's definitely dips, but now we should be fine. It means that I don't have to run my actual power down this way for the moment. I've already gotten that hard drive. It's only the one back in that corner that I haven't gotten, because that's the one that requires superposition oscillators. Oscillator? Just one? I'll be using one of these nodes. Originally I wasn't going to be, but that's just because the thing wanted to skip mining bauxite and just produce it using copper, which I said, no, there's bauxite nodes here. Use the bauxite, please. And so it's using the bauxite. Here we go. This is what I wanted. And yeah, the icon in the bottom left is complaining, but like, as long as I don't go too far this away, I'll be fine. There's a hard drive down there, spoiler alert. But yeah, starts getting sketchy out that way. This is what I want, because this is crude oil. So I want that. I'm going to... There we go. 105 per minute. I think all of these are really shit quality. You're not going to want to work unless I run power, are you? And the funny part is my solution of just plop down a alien power thingy doesn't work anymore, because yeah, that's literally all of the legitimate summer sloops I have left. I have 1,253 duplicated ones, but legitimately I've only got 2. So can't just put down a power augmenter. I guess we'll have to come back to that. I guess first and foremost I should just get power down here. So I get power down here, and then a lot of my problems are solved. The swamp can be a nice place at times, if you ignore the wildlife. Other areas, though, not so much. Oh, look, a yellow slug. Let's see, where do I have... Yeah, I guess the rail is on the global power grid. Yeah. That's clearly going off to those miners. So this must be the power grid itself. Doggo pen is cleaned up from over there, of course. Virus. Hello? Clicked for another wire under there. Actually, what I probably should do is this. What? And then... Up it over to a power tower. Make sure that's nice and centered. Hook that in, and then I can go silly distances. Hey, Kiosk. Sure. Is the factory satisfying? Have you seen where I am? You didn't? Well, now you have. What do you think the answer is? Alright, small power bump, and now I can just send the power down this way somewhere. Sure, right near this copper node, why not? Yeah, it's a modded hover pack. Can't honestly tell. I mean, it looks almost centered. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't planning on necessarily using this, but the reality is, emote only chat, huh? Where the hell do I have that button? I don't think it lasts very long, just fair warning, but I mean I can always run it again. It feels too short. There you go, emote only. Don't blame me, I'm not the one who redeemed it. But yeah, as I was saying, I wasn't planning on really utilizing the modded pack. But the reality is that, like, I want to be able to do more. Right? Yeah, it didn't hold. Right there. Without having to be so tethered to a power grid. But, yeah. Our suits isn't updated yet, basically. I never did get that glitch emote or whatever it is. What's it called? September? Yeah, I never got that. Because I'm poor and I can't afford shit. Which is fine by me, I didn't care that much about it. If anything, screw FOMO-based things like that. Right, fine now. Well, make it one more taller. Yeah, I'm gonna press the timer again. And it probably did nothing, but it might have reset the timer so it's slightly longer because I think by default it's 2 minutes. So, you get slightly more than that, like 3 minutes. Maybe closer to 4. Which, really, it should be longer in the first place. Probably want to move that back slightly. Power. Priority power switch. I'll move that back slightly. Sure. And will you reach? You will reach. Excellent. So now I can actually, once this does its thing... Once it does its thing, there we go. And now I can actually see how much this puts out. 30! Saying out loud. There, that's 120, which is more than I need. No, I didn't actually want it to do that. If I lowered that, then that means that I'm just gonna have to start utilizing more nodes, so I'm not gonna do that. There we go. Emote only mode is disabled. Welcome back to being able to chat, chat. Of course, if anybody was a VIP here, they wouldn't actually be restricted, because VIPs aren't restricted, but I don't think there's any VIPs here, at least. Nobody who's outed themselves yet, and if you don't want to chat, that's fine. No, I just make the heavy oil residue here. I'm gonna need it for some things. Turbo blend fuel and diluted fuel. Which, I mean, diluted fuel is not that big of a deal. Oh, you're gonna make me try and use water? Wait, is that the only place that it gets water from? Okay. You know, honestly, that's not too bad. If it was getting water from... well... you know, over there, this area or such, then that'd be one thing. But yeah, if it's actually getting it from other processes and not adding in water from elsewhere... actually, I think it still is... oh, I see. Yeah, in that case, never mind. Oh god, how am I gonna set this up? I don't even know. You wouldn't think that nuclear would be that complex, but it's pretty complex. What do I want with this? Do I just want to gather everything out on the shore, or should I build a factory above the swamp because screw this place? I feel like just making a giant platform above the trees is the best course of action, and then the reactors can go out over this way so that they're closer to water. Kinda like the sound of that. You know? I can't control wheel that. I think 14 4-meter foundations will cover over most of the trees. It doesn't cover over all those things, but I can remove them, that's fine. And then now if I put it back into Zoop mode, I mean I can just, you know, make a decent sized factory. Go right to there. Yep. And I'm out of concrete, because of course I am. It's okay, that'll fill up in no time. At the moment, what I might do is go over to these geothermal gens, or maybe this tower right here instead, because it's slightly closer. Set down a portal so that I can easily get back and forth between the two. Yeah, satellite portal. It's clipped in a little bit, but it's a temporary setup. Okay? Temporary. I think it's actually faster to use the jetpack. Could be wrong. But also this, in theory, I can just not have to hold anything. Yeah, see how much faster it is. Yeah, I think it might be slightly slower than doing this. But there's a lot of vertical momentum as opposed to anything else. I want to go back to my base to grab something. By the way, Alex, if you're still here, I know, if I at least heard correctly, EJ, I think, calls you ARJ. Do you have a preference as to how I refer to you? What I call you? Or you don't really care if you're still here? I know you haven't been popping in too much lately, so that's fine. I still have slugs in my inventory. Yeah, select link on a sign, not a satellite portal. That's a bug. So while that's linking up, I'll just go back here and grab, I guess, all of those. I might need them. You guys got anything? Oh yeah, I don't have my inventory on me, do I? No wonder I went through stuff so quickly. Damn, or oh boy. Yep, just honestly get rid of it. I didn't want to sink that. Oh well, doesn't matter. In reality, it should have gone into this one. But whatever. Yeah, okay. Give me that. Please, thank you. And so now at this point, there. I wasn't planning on making a portal hub, but it just made more sense since, you know, you kind of gotta feed them with shit. So, this makes it easier to feed in my case, iron rods, because I'm cheap. Pick up some of those things as I go. From what I've heard, you can blow these up. Got the... No. Base? Yep. think the rest of those will be fine, minus this one, obviously. And we'll see if I need to do anything about that. This is honestly a fairly small platform, and the fact that it's made of 4-meter foundations is kind of an oops, but it's a big platform, so... yeah. Yeah, that'll probably be big enough for now. I do want to extend it further that way just to get closer to the oil stuffs. Oh. Oops. That is, of course, why I'm making so much concrete. I honestly should improve it, because there's definitely more I can produce. What am I gonna need for this? Well, I mean, first and foremost, I'm gonna need 92 refineries. So that's a thing. I guess the other thing I should probably figure out is where I'm gonna mine stuff from. Because, like, obviously I already figured out the oil. I can probably get the iron and the limestone from over there as well, because there's 2 nodes right there. Bauxite, I'll just tap into the normal node, that should be sufficient. Copper is a bit of an interesting one, although actually, there's a pure node, just tap into that and we're good. Because it reduced how much copper I need. Easy. What else do I need though? That stuff. Nitrogen, quartz, and SAM. There's not a lot of nearby quartz. That's the one problem. I think I should be good to go this way, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is pulling quartz and nitrogen from over this way. You know what, let me actually go over here. So this is gonna be nuclear southeast. Because what I'm gonna need to do is run power off this way. Mercer sphere right there. Remember what I said about this portal being temporary? Definitely temporary. Yeah, I guess that is where it needs to be. And then rotate it 3 ticks like that. And then I can literally just loop that into there. Can I go this far? I can go this far. Is that a bad idea? No. There's a tree in the way. But I mean... there's no longer a tree in the way. I mean, it's going under there. Oh. I can barely see it, so I'm doing it. And we're going to go over this way, I guess. I don't actually know which way would be best to go around here. I almost feel like it'd be better to just go up there. Also, I'm grabbing this Mercer Sphere. Okay, let me just get some more concrete. Refilled nice and quick, didn't it? Oh, this lizard dog goes here in a bunch of them. Yeah, you can totally cheese these things. Which is extra good when you realize that, you know, it just, you don't have to blow anything up and potentially hurt the wildlife. Full of thieves. Oh, there's a cave entrance back here or something? I didn't say there would be no exploration, of course. Yeah, that was a little close for comfort, wasn't it? Ow. Oomst! 2 for 1? 2 for 1. I want to see what's back in this corner. Surely there's something more here. Or is it literally just these two things? Yeah, see? How many hundreds of hours do I have in this game? Break time already? 816.3. Yeah, look at how far away you can get stuff. Hover pack, parachute, both do that, mind you, so. The radiation in this. The bot did say it's time for a break. Alright. Cool. And, honestly, stop with the fog. Makes seeing very difficult. I don't know where I am anymore. Anybody else? Stupid fart rocks. That SAM node is probably going to be one that I utilize. If that's... Actually, is that the pure node? That's the impure node. Never mind. The pure node that I want is more that away towards the waterfall. Anyway, this is quite the area of terrain in this region. Oh yeah, there's a hard drive here. God damn, there's just nowhere I can set down for a break. Is that more bauxite? Yeah, looks a little bit different, the swamp, doesn't it? Without any fog enabled. Compared to normal. Go down here, video. Oh, I'm at 144 hertz. And the stream is hardly lagging? I mean, I'm not getting anywhere near 144 hertz, to be clear, but... Huh. There's no fog return color. To some degree, I guess, kiosk. FK scene. Yeah, wow. OBS is performing really well right now. 122 frames missed, which, don't get me wrong, still isn't great, but considering Satisfactory was effectively running uncapped there. You heard of tempting fate? Yes, I have heard of that. Yeah, 127 is, it's gone up since. Not bad. 0.1% of the stream has been missed due to rendering lag. There or thereabouts. But, like, 127 frames, that's 2 seconds. After an hour? It's really good. Maybe I really do just have too much shit in OBS, which, if that's the case, that's kinda... Really? Like, I know my hardware is a little on the older side at this point, but 10900K and 2080 Ti, it ain't that old or weak. So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to take a short break, as the bot said it's time for. Just a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads. Prevents pre-rolls for the next hour, which, especially if Twitch continues... I haven't actually watched any streams recently or paid much attention to streams that are running pre-rolls. So, like in the last week or so. Maybe once. But yeah, last time I knew, I was still getting 45 seconds of pre-roll ads, so if that continues to be the case, then yeah, all the more reason to ensure that people don't have that happen to them. And plus the ads will be over before the gameplay resumes, so you're not at risk of missing anything. You just, you know, hit the tab, put it in the background for a couple of minutes, or step away, or roll away if, you know, you can't step away. I know there is at least one person in this community that stuck with that sort of situation. Fortunately, he's fine with it. But anyway, you know, whatever suits your needs, whatever, you know, works for you or has to work for you. Take a few minutes to maybe not stand up, but, you know, go grab a drink. Back, go to the bathroom. You take the laundry out of the dryer yet? Do people do laundry on Monday nights? I don't know. I'm gonna stop stalling. When I come back, we'll continue with more Satisfactory and maybe actually get working on this factory. BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and before we even hop into it, I'm just immediately going to complain about the temperature in my room because, ugh, thermometer's reading 75, and I don't like that. Not 30, you can run at 120, because, yeah, like I'm getting 70 some right now, also. Just skip straight to sunrise so that it's not going into nighttime at the beginning of the stream. Also, there's a purple slug literally right. How do you expect me not to go for that? That's 10 power shards immediately. And do I need it? Not necessarily. But it definitely doesn't hurt to have. How far can I go with you? Get up to where that tree is. And that's about as far as I can reasonably get. Mercer sphere. Okay, so build that up a little bit. Roughly center that. Change it to a power tower. Yep. Not exactly the way I was planning on going, but when do things ever go according to plan? I'm thinking I will set down one here, just so that that line gets up high enough. Yeah, perfect. Now, excuse me while I go grab this.
Look through the window and witness a threat.
That's literally just a wall to try and prevent you from passing through. So, don't care about that. That too. Now that's one spicy slug. Chilling within this little cradle of uranium. All for a yellow slug, too, not even a purple slug. Can I just go straight up here, I wonder? Where this tree is? Might work. You can see where I'm going over there. Too long. Right here feels good. Please stop. Kill these plant-like things. They do have eyes, so they're not necessarily actually plants. But I don't know what they are. Oh, that's what I hit. Oh. There we go. Run that over to there, and then I can take this over this way somewhere. Of course, routing everything back from here is gonna be a fun time. Right where that tree is. Put this up a decent height. Yeah, how did I know? By the way, I was just reminded by the golden nut dangling off the build gun. How we doing on coupons? Not bad. Just under 500. Combined with the 73 I have left in my inventory. Not bad at all. We're going that way, huh? I've previously built a factory up here in Update 5. It was more over there. Foliage. Only slightly gets in the way. Was that truly necessary? Some of it. I feel like that was a silly way to build this. Yeah. And along this way. Is there always so much water over here? This here, and then that's actually going to be the end of the line for this once I get it rotated properly. Because I think I'm going to tap into this node of nitrogen, maybe, possibly, I don't know. Need to double check. You can't see this, so that's fine. You might see my mouse moving around, but never mind that. You'll still have that loaded. Excellent. How much nitrogen do I need? 280. Oh, you don't still have it loaded. That's annoying. Hold on. Yeah, sure, it doesn't matter. Just load that autosave. Why not? I'm trying to figure out. I need 280 nitrogen for the Phase 5 stuff. Where can I get that much nitrogen without worrying about it too much? Because, like, this node is actually better than the one I could be using. Get rid of the fog of war. But it's also where I'm already going to be carting things back, so, like, Do I want to use this? I mean, hell, technically I could go use the other 3 nodes off of the nitrogen node that I'm already tapping into over at the aluminum factory. And then there's also a nitrogen well up in the northwest. The one nitrogen well that's actually in the desert I'm using for rocket fuel. Because of course I am. There's some nitrogen down by the blue crater, but I think I want to leave that untouched. I think the best bet would actually be to use this. Or maybe I just go and use the other node. I think the other node would be simpler. Not necessarily simpler, but basically don't touch that node. And just... Has this water always been here? I genuinely do not remember how things were laid out here once upon a time. I feel like the nitrogen node was further down the hill. Not that close to the water node, because like right here is where my factory was in update 5. I don't remember the nitrogen node being that close. I remember it being more down that way. And I also don't remember a bunch of water being here. At some point I need to load up my old saves. Maybe I'll do that in the last hour just because I'm not accomplishing much anyway this stream, right? Why accomplish more when I can accomplish less and instead explore my old saves? You know, they fare in update 1.0, damn it. Update 1.0, I mean, it's not technically wrong. But, you know, updates 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are the ones I've played previously, and now it's 1.0 instead of update 1.0. Or such. Anyway, there's the quartz nodes. How much do I need? 56. Which one's the worst of the two? Definitely you. Yes, I'm still putting a Mark III miner on it. I'll just do 60 per minute. That's gonna be really slow compared to normal. Oh my god. Got enough cats? There's a hard drive there. I think that's one of the ones that requires power, actually. And so that's where the power augmenter, the alien power augmenter, comes in. Because you can just set one down. Again, if it doesn't want to build because of uneven terrain, just hold it and then that goes away. Again, I don't have enough sloops. But it's a thing. There is land down there, not so much over there. Void. Another void over there. I don't want to get too close to it because I don't want to risk my pack running out. I don't have a jetpack out and ready to go if I need it. Yeah, not having the fog on makes such a difference. Hard drive there. Again, I've gotten all the hard drives but one. Thought that was a lizard doggo as I panned around. I mean, if it's just Getting out in the open like that with nobody guarding it. You know? Why wouldn't I? I'm just looking around at what's here. There's some spiciness. They do eventually spawn in. Remove that. So this is going to be a whopping Mark 1 belt going back. And the best part is power, too. Power is the thing that is needed. Am I ever going to use that quartz node? Probably not. Again, once I complete the main story, you know, complete Phase 5, as it were, I don't think I'm going to continue playing, necessarily. I don't really have much more to do, you know? I'll have automated most of the stuff I care to automate. This final factory is meant to take care of the project parts. So they won't be a problem anymore. I might only be producing 1 per minute, effectively, of everything, but, well, except for nuclear pasta and the bio-sculptor things. But, like, I'm not trying to maximize everything to the absolute highest potential, I just... mostly here to complete the game. Yeah. I've automated what I want to at this point. Let's go back and grab the power. The power pole can handle going through some trees. Kind of silly having it for one thing. But here we are. Having it for one thing. Just this one node, I guess. It was originally, like, the reason why I stopped it here is because I was considering tapping that nitrogen node, and so I wanted the power nearby, but if I'm not going to do that, no need to do that. See a purple slug. There's also a blue slug up there. Where was the radiation coming from? Is there a nuclear hog out here? Yep. Why? I don't know, just... fuck you, that's why. But the most important thing is that because of that setup the way it is, I no longer have to worry about running the power. That's why I wanted to hook it in ASAP. Alright, can I have plates? Also concrete. Do I need to run the belt through the middle of these? No. Could I create this cool, like, bridge structure to carry the belt? Yes.
Do I care to put in that much time and effort? Clearly not. I'm keeping my eye out for another Mercer Sphere. Can always use more. How many do I have? 15? Yeah. Because I maximize the amount of things I can store. The full 5x multiplier. So... the more Mercer Spheres I can get, the better. Granted, I don't need too many more at this point. I don't think I'm going all the way up to that one. That just seems silly. Shame that I'm not using that SAM node. Let's just see if I go this away. Discover another little cavern. Process. Again, all this for a yellow slug. Make it worth my while. Make it a yellow, or a purple slug. Yeah, make it a yellow slug like it already is. I don't even know where that went. No. No, lizard dog, I don't... Dummy. Oh sure, that got both of them. And they all go running. I might be utilizing some of the coal nodes around here, because there's quite a few as it turns out. This one's an impure node. How much? 211? Eh. Technically sufficient, but also not a lot. See, there's another one there. Thank you, lag stutters. Using so many iron plates on this damn belt. How about this one? Normal? Bees. Am I done getting distracted yet? No, of course not. Is there a sloop up there or a slug previously? Hard drive. There's a purple slug all the way over there that I'm not going to go for. That's that from earlier. Oh, there's a sulfur node there. Neat. Another coal node. Mind if I do? Seriously, jetpack or parachute. So cheesy. Can't climb on these vines, right? Not that I can even find where to climb them from. No. Ooh. I mean, it looks like a cavern, but it's really not. But yeah, that's scary times down there. Where was I looking? Is it literally just a gigantic passage blocker? That's kind of silly. I think there was a sloop once on a time right there. Ooh, purple slug. Ooh, Mercer Sphere. Yes, I keep getting distracted. I'm aware. I'm not going as far south as the blue crater. I see you over there. But I do need more Mercer Spheres. At least I feel like I do. Also, that's 30 more power shards right there. Okay. Alright, anyway, the reason why I came over here is because... Ooh, what's down here? Anything interesting? No? Well, that's kind of interesting. Why are there so many of them down here? I didn't drive through there and kill a bunch, did I? They're not nuclear, so the nuclearness is up here. Yep. Yeah, this is the nitrogen node that I'm gonna use. Not exactly in the most convenient spot, but also I want to. Oh, that's where I've already been. If I go over this way, wrap around. Not the most direct route, sure. But remember this from before? Got my oil here. Potentially got limestone there and iron there. Potentially. There might be something closer to the center that's more worth using. You see where I'm coming from, right? Like, a decent amount around here that I can utilize. Oh yeah, I was running that belt back, wasn't I? It's off over this way. Yay, more potential distractions. I was almost going to say destructions. Which, I mean, if I find any rocks that need to be blown up... That's a normal node. You know, that might be a lot faster. Where's this go? Have I already been in here, I guess? What are you guys doing? I mean, there is this corner, which I can fit down apparently, but that is a dead end. Oh dear. There we go. See, the problem is it's difficult to go up and crouch at the same time in a hover pack. Because they both... That was weird. They both kind of override each other.
Live, laugh, consume.
Consume. I guess that works. Impure. Impure node technically would work, but like I need 211 coal per minute. I would like to not have to overclock the snot out of it in order to get that much. So a normal node would be preferable. Took me a second to find this. We got back here eventually. Also, I swear I heard like a slug or something, but I guess not. That's blocked. Because of course it is. You know, just so much around here is blocked. You know. Asshole. Seriously though. Was there really bauxite over here as well? Yeah. Normal and impure. Interesting. Feel like those are new, but I could be wrong. I've not spent much time in the swamp. In fact, I think the most time I've ever spent in the swamp was when I was encasing it in concrete. This is a place. There's another blue slug further back. How did I know that there would be something down here? If this is all just a bunch of blue slugs, I am going to be mildly disappointed. One yellow slug doesn't make up for it. Of course, this is supposed to be difficult. Lots of platforming, but, you know, modded hover pack makes things trivial. That for a single blue slug in the back. Two of them, in fact. Does that just wrap around down here? Yes. Well, that is mildly disappointing. Grab this while I'm here, of course. Okay, so that's run over there. Nitrogen needs to be dealt with, coal needs to be dealt with, but the main thing is copper. Which, yeah, that's literally all I need. Before it was more, but with adding bauxite directly out of the ground to the chain, just this singular pure node is sufficient. There is nothing that can't be dealt with from a single node. oil and nitrogen obviously technically need multiple nodes, but that's just with the way that they work. And then the only other thing is water, which, I mean, do we really count the water? Let me guess, you're all the way up here, because you would be. No? There it is. Good, it's not all the way up there. Down here. Only mildly more reasonable. Are you actually? Yeah, you are. Yeah, this is the same node that I'll be using because it's a pure node. And can you not do dumb physics things? Harvest. Of course, the only problem is I'm actually going to run out of space to put the power shards back in now that I have over 500. I'll just put some of them back because I don't actually need that much. Something like that. Don't need that. Isn't that nice? And I can, is there a slug there? No. I can bring that along the way with the, uranium. Of course, I don't need the uranium until later, but I need the SAM much sooner. I should probably work on building out the platform. Because, yeah, this platform's going to need to be big. Like I said before, 92 refineries, but also like 43 constructors, 45 assemblers, 10 blenders, 11 converters, 16 smelters. Okay, smelters aren't that big. But... By the way, quantum encoders, what do they cost again? Yeah, I can build them. They're huge, but I can build them. I did fix that earlier. Just like that, everything that was in my inventory is gone. If I focus on making all the ore-related stuff, like the refineries over here, I think that would have worked well. Oh, this is going to be such a big project. And this is the smaller of the two projects. This is the smaller of the projects. At the moment, how does that work out? Oh, beautiful. I'm not going to be able to do that. I need to open this. Pull that out. I think that's how much it was, right? 10 by 57? Or 57 by 10? Whatever. Yep. Yeah, I think reworking the concrete setup over at the quote-unquote starter factory is definitely going to be something on my to-do list, just because, like, if I can go crazy with the production and then ramp up the input even more, you know? Oi! Can y'all shut up, please? Look at that, it's already back over 1,000. Yeah, I'm uploading at 240 times 9, so 2160 a minute, I believe it is. That is not the right key. Yeah, 2160 a minute. Trying to find the edge of it, and it's so difficult when I can't actually see anything. It'll get there in a second. I'll probably want to extend this out that way as well. Whatever. Actually, using this iron node because it's right there is probably better versus the copper node. I'm going to have to bring from over there. I don't think there's another copper node over here that would work. That's literally it. There's a normal copper node over closer to where the aluminum nodes are, but that's still quite a ways up. And then there's no impure nodes. The main copper node is that one pure node over by the portal. So that's certainly something to consider. I think I've gotten almost all the slugs and all the sloops from this area. Well, definitely all the sloops. I've gotten all the sloops. Mercer spheres is what I meant. I'm definitely working through my backlog of concrete. I think if I handle processing the oil, the copper, and the iron over here, because the water is readily available, possibly limestone as well. Quartz? Probably. Quartz crystal. I mean, that's not going to require too much, I'm sure. See the visualization. Uranium can get added in later. Most of the copper, actually, I can split off. Oh. Okay. I'm going to need to bring the SAM in at some point, because I'm going to need that to make Caterium, which then needs to be refined. Yeah, copper is going to require 42 refineries. Sam is only 7.6 constructors unupgraded. Not overclocked, I would say. Iron mostly goes to pure iron? No, it's about a 50-50 split, actually. Not quite. But some of that goes to sulfur, which goes all over the place. This is such a mess. Limestone, where do you go? Where do you think you go? Wet concrete, yeah. I think genuinely for the water-based recipes, you know, anything that's producing water and anything that needs water. Anything that needs water gets it from out here. Anything that produces water can get sunk, because I just do not want to deal with that. Honestly. I see a Mercer Sphere. I'm sorry, I see it. I just gotta go for it. How am I supposed to ramp up my concrete production properly if I don't have a bunch of Mercer Spheres to ramp up the upload speed? Since I won't need them for that much else. Blue slug. Blue slug. I'm sure there's more around. I'll have to extend at least part of this platform over this way to grab the uranium and the SAM. That's interesting. Things aren't getting as freaked out by being all the way zoomed in. Interesting. The closer that was an autosave. The closer your camera is to 0, the less glitchy it appears. The closer it looks to 0, but then I look out here and nothing happens. I don't get it. I do not get it. I feel like I should probably stop expanding this platform for the time being. Because I do kind of like the idea I mentioned before of abandoning this save for the rest of the day and going to do something else for the last hour of the stream, because I mean, I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I don't know that it'll take a full hour, but I mean, honestly, I'll just end the stream a little on the early side if it doesn't. I know, I basically didn't accomplish anything besides building a massive platform today, but I think I'm kind of running out of steam for this game, this save. So it's not really ideal, honestly. I'll just do that. I'm gonna take these and insert them back over here. Nice. Yeah, so you can see I've got 276 plus another 500, so not bad. Not bad. Hi, lizard doggos. Ooh, power slug. Pulse Obelisk, not terrible, I guess. Heavy modular frames, I don't really need them anymore. Lots of cable. Where are you looking off to? Thanks for the stators, I guess. Yep. Dump that in there and that, and by the way, the 276 is soon to be 280. Yep, just dump that. 2,400 items a minute getting moved into those, and look at that, I'm up to 504. By the way, the factories that are producing things over on the West Coast, aluminum and such, they're not running efficiently to some degree. I don't know why exactly, it's just something keeps gumming up or not outputting correctly or what. Also, you like this nightmare of the situation here. How do I get it so I can have 4 separate inputs to make the same bloody thing, all of which get sunk, because what else am I supposed to do with them? Anyway, I know that this isn't really ideal. No. I said I would start nuclear tonight, and I kinda did, but now I'm saying, you know what, actually, let's spend the last hour looking through my old saves and see how things are or aren't working. Most of them won't be working because of mods. I have to put the .69. And main menu. Does main menu sit at a constant frame rate? No. I mean, it does, but like 120 FPS, really? There we go. The bot said it's time for a break, by the way, so time for a break. Yeah, I'm just going to take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. When I come back, we're going to spend some time looking through my older saves and just see how I did things back in the day, a couple years ago, see how things have been set up and how they've not fared so well with recent updates. And, yeah, just have a little bit of fun with that, because like I said, I've been wanting to do this, but I was avoiding it because I didn't want to potentially run into, I guess you could call it spoiler content, because of progression being ahead of where I was in the 1.0 save. Yeah, we'll just have a little bit of fun poking around there, and then whenever I feel like we're done with that, that'll be the end of the stream. That hopefully will take up most of the next hour. For now, though, as I said, I'm going to take a short break, just a few minutes to stand up, stretch, get away from the computer, during which time I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, prevents pre-rolls for the next hour, and basically ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free at the cost of running some ads now during this time where you're not going to miss anything important. Except for this wonderful AFK screen, courtesy of Pokemon Legends Arceus, or Arceus, or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah. BRB. Alrighty, I am back once again, and let's just get back into it. As I said before the break, I'm actually going to switch gears and move on to checking out older saves for the last hour of the stream. I know I could be working on setting shit up in the swamp, but I mean, can you blame me for not wanting to spend the rest of the stream in the swamp? I've already spent better part of 2 hours there. It's the swamp. I don't want to be there. Screw that place. We'll come down here. We'll go to update 5. I'm not going to load the update 7 devastation bit. Because, yeah. Let's load the last update 6 save that I have. And yeah, there's a bunch of stuff missing. Most of which seems to be power suits. Auto splitters out. Cheap buildings? Huh. Don't know why I had that. Miner Mark 5 I think I used because reasons. Yeah, no portable miners. Smart. Oh, smart. And the teleporter mod. Hey, Falcon. Just in time to not see me do anything productive. I mean, look, like I said, I want to check out the older factories, see how they fared over the updates. Update 5, I'm not going to bother with my Update 4 save, it's not worth checking out. Update 5, however, there's a lot to see. Because this, I used a lot of resources across the world because I was not as keen on overclocking things back then, especially since we didn't have the duplicating of power shards. Of course, this assumes that the factory even loads. Because, again, this is update 6 going into 1.0 now. The drive's not active at all, so that's... Actually, no, it is active, sorry. It's just, like, less than 1% activity because SSD. Yeah. It's still not very active, though. This is kind of going to be disappointing if I can't load this save. In theory, I'm not hooking up my external drive and unpacking shit, but in theory I could actually put this through the different versions step by step because I have backups of the older updates. Simply because, you know, some of these worlds, they might not be usable otherwise, and I might want to look into them for one reason or another. I'm not getting a good feeling on this. Is the disk actually doing anything? And by disk, I mean SSD. Read speed, 0 kilobytes a second. What is Satisfactory doing? Not responding, apparently. Yeah, that's not a great sign. The fact that it's still trying to load. Can I actually... Yeah, no, clicking in doesn't actually focus on the window. I'm still supposedly tabbed into Task Manager. I don't want to close it out just yet. I mean, I know it's already been a couple of minutes, but like... It was a fairly big save, so... You know, just give it time to maybe convert over, but yeah, I'm not getting a good feeling from this. Is the RAM utilization going up? No, it's more or less hovering around a little over 6 gigabytes. 6 gigabytes is not a small amount, to be fair, but That's, what, an eighth of my RAM? Whoop-de-doo. It's nice having 48 gigs of RAM. Yeah, you're really not going to do anything, are you? It's clearly still trying, though, because, like, CPU utilization on it is 32%, and it's using over 6 gigs of RAM. It's doing something, it's just not doing it very well. I wonder if I go over here. I'm not setting it to real time, that's a terrible idea. All of my cores are doing something, so of course, how much of that is related to OBS, I don't know. In theory, not much. It's mostly the GPU doing shit for OBS. I think I might have to abandon ship on this one pretty soon, because I don't think it's gonna get anywhere. It still says not responding. Well, that's a shame. I'm just gonna end task. Let's try that again and maybe try loading the update 7 save, because I mean, it's not really gonna mess anything up worse than it probably will be. See if maybe update 7 is a safer thing to load from. Yep, missing basically all the same things. Hope that this actually works. Loading it up in update 8 and then transferring it to 1.0 wouldn't be as bad. Again, I still have to transfer the files off of my external drive, but I do have a backup of update 8. I guess the one thing I could try doing also, in case... Oh, you see that stutter? Still not doing too much, though. Oh, here we go. Welcome back, 257. Okay, well, I've lost my... Wow, I had a lot of shit on me back then, didn't I? Holy crap. And that was my power source. Power suits. Huh? There we go. Do I have a jetpack? I'm so used to the damn thing being there. I probably do somewhere. Fix my shit. Batteries. Hey, look! Superposition oscillators. Can I put them in my main save? I can get that last hard drive that I don't need. Sam. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, things are very quickly shutting down because... I mean, they've already been shutting down because mods. Okay. Do you have the jetpack? Yes. Okay. Hey, look, a rifle. One summer sloop. Yeah. This... Oh. This belt had a Fixmas color palette on it. Expensive, those bloody things. Also, here's this piece of shit. You can see it always wants to turn right. Even when you turn left, it always wants to turn right. Yep. Lizard doggo. The hover pack. Oh, it doesn't turn. It does not turn on dirt. It's not meant for dirt. So much better on here. Alright, anyway. Yeah. This was this update. Funnily enough, you can actually see small awesome sink old, but it's still here, it's still working. So that's something. Power generation is not great because things are shutting down. But this was my update 5 save, which turned into an update 6 save, and, well, I mean, obviously it hasn't fared too well since. Oh, there was a splitter there of some description. That's why that's broken. Yep. Yep. That's auto splitters for you. There's presents. There, I can actually do the basic skin. Not that it seems to be showing up. Oh well. Anyway. Yay, trees and snowmen and lights. And where's my elevator? There it is. Still here. Remember back when we didn't have half foundations? I mean, that was still too close for a half foundation, but still. Yeah, this was my main base full of the iron products, copper products over there. These manufacturers were all, I mean, this is making oscillators, but like that and these three were all making, well, pretty much all the same thing, but the project parts. You can see that this save ended before completing phase 4. Also, fun fact, did you know that there used to be 2 quartz nodes here? Because there used to be. 0 per minute. Not anymore. Not anymore, there's not. Full power, of course. Not working anymore, which is interesting. Why aren't you working? Oh, right, because this coal node also got removed. Damn. Yeah, they're just burning through their backlog, and, well, at some point, this little bit of power will go offline. These are fully charged. So that's a thing. Yeah, there is some level of coal still going, clearly, because there's coal nodes over here still. This spits out here because this is my steel products. Versatile framework. Automated wiring. Didn't I have stators? Yeah, they are. In case industrial beams. It feels odd that there's almost an empty space back there. And then these were heavy modular frames at a whopping 1 per minute. There's no thing over there because I haven't done the research. Modular load balancers are still working though. Yeah, that's one way to balance the feed out immediately. Honestly, not the worst idea. fauna, flora rather, is respawned, as has the fauna, actually. Something you haven't seen yet in my 1.0 save, and you won't see. I have no plans to do it. That is there. They've clearly made some terrain changes, because this was definitely not clipped into the ground like that before. Otherwise, I would not have done it. Whoopsies, that's the Windows key. Back in there. I was avoiding the gas clouds when routing that. That's not great looking, asked me. Good job. Seriously, the FOV though. Spits you... No. Back out here. Spits you right out onto a belt. There we go. Well, I decommissioned this a long time ago, so it makes sense that that's just sitting there. But yeah, this was responsible for making modular frames. And it also carried quartz over to here, right? Yeah, that's feeding in. Train's on its way back. The trains are still operating for the time being. I really question how long I'm going to have sufficient power to power everything. But yeah, this was basic iron production for modular frames. No power. Why would you not have power? It's still... That's odd. That's pretty much the end of stuff near my base. However, there's the siding there that isn't used anymore. But we have to go back to my base. I would just use a teleporter, however, as I noted earlier, teleporter mod was not updated to 1.0, or hasn't been yet. I don't know if it will be, but as of now, it still remains unupdated. Those trees were deleted in the past. And so as a result, I can't easily get back and forth between places, so... Wow, I only just noticed this. Look at how much this has changed. Like, okay, that's floating, but that didn't used to be. None of this used to be floating, right? Over there was, but not this. This was built a little into the terrain, but I wouldn't have left it hanging out like that. That might have actually been like that, though, in the past. See, this is why I wanted to go back and look, because I knew that terrain has changed in some spots. And so it just... Yeah. Oh. Right. I've only got regular Blade Runners. How much have things changed here? I mean, this is honestly fine as it is. Oh, past me. What the hell? No, I don't have the whatchamacallits on me. Yep, terrain has changed a bit here. Things are floating when they wouldn't be. I think, no, that's still off slightly. That's submerged. Oh, wow. Those height differences, though. Yep. And this actually seems to still be working just fine. However, there's a node there. What about back here? There's the SAM node. Yep, right here has changed as well. Yeah, this node still appears to be hooked up and functioning, so that's good at least. What's also good is that on the way back, now that we've seen it, can take advantage of the belts and get there faster. Kind of crazy seeing just how much the terrain has changed. Like, unless you spend a lot of time in this tunnel, you probably don't realize just how much it changed. Like, look at how far up that goes. It was a little clippy there, wasn't it? So yeah, I mean, it's not all broken, it's not all terrible, but it is definitely some stuff isn't working quite as it used to. Yeah, the terrain changes. Wild. Interesting how a lot of the menu options in the bottom right here disappear in this, but not all of them. Also, I see that that bug still persists. Makes sense. 15 coupons. Do I not have another one? Nah, that's alright. We'll just shortcut over there. Again, the terrain. That did not clip. That definitely did not clip. And yet all of it clips now. So that's that one. I want to take the other one. Also, I'm glad that I built here in Update 5, because I'm not a massive fan of this shader, this area. Ooh, that does not look great. There's my train. Where do we want to go? How about this way? Way to exit. Yeah, I don't have a dedicated train in Update 8 or 1.0. I don't know that I had one Update 8 either. Because I just haven't needed to. You know, between reducing the number of factories I've built by just building more in each factory, and I don't know, doing other stuff, I don't need to. There's that line that we saw earlier. This purposely goes around the geothermal generators. Is that one even still on a node? Looks like it might be. There is a node around there. Like, there's two of them, so still. I hope you're going not. Yes. Okay. Good. Yeah, that's where we were before. That just goes to a factory that picks up copper and iron, I believe. I'm not gonna, like, literally, it's just getting the ore. I'm not gonna worry about that. I've still not been in that cave. In fact, that could be that train that's going over there now. This is a complicated area. The tracks get a little bit wibbly wobbly. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna park my train there and hope that it doesn't get too in the way, not that it really matters. I don't know what for, but the rents apparently need me for something, so I'm just going to sit here and Why am I using that? Yeah, sorry about that, but yeah, I just need to help him with something. So, BRB. Alright, apologies for that. I am back now. And, are we holding up traffic? I don't think so. I really don't think that there are any trains that travel along this path. I think they all are, you know, shuttling in and out of here or there. And I mean, there's one train that does come in there, but it goes into there, right? So I think this is a safe bit of track. Anyway, aluminum stuffs comes from up there, and coal. I'm not going to go all the way up there. There's a bit of wire down here that just ends mysteriously, and it may or may not be connected back that way. Yeah, I don't know. So this factory is actually producing a number of things, including cooling systems, which are being produced over here. This is my aluminum factory that just kept... Actually, it wasn't even aluminum at first, was it? But it just kept getting expanded upon and expanded upon and expanded upon. Was it aluminum at first? I don't know. But yet again, using more modular things and some clipping of power poles. I mean, at least the wires mostly don't clip. Auto splitters. Oh, the auto splitters being not a thing anymore kills this save completely. Which is no different from Update 7. Oh yeah, that train is literally just shuttling ore from a node that doesn't exist anymore, I believe? Alright. You can see it's Caterium. I'm not sure that that Caterium node actually exists, though. Well, since you're being slow, I want to go investigate. Hard drive. Yeah, it's this node up here that doesn't exist anymore, as I thought. There's a node down that way. Yeah, this particular node is no longer in existence. I never got that slug, or did that just respawn? Also, things in there have probably changed. I don't even know if that cave existed previously. I don't know what the deal... I don't know what the deal is. I mean, from this angle it looks fine. From this angle, though, is a mess. Control room for everything. Room for expansion built in. Upper level that has... Well, it's just an input, not an output. Yeah, this factory. It was originally, I believe, just for aluminum products. And then it got expanded upon and expanded upon and expanded upon. Because your aluminum products are over here, right? There's the one, and there's the other, and yes, it was always clipping like that. But then you can see other stuff comes over here. Here's your AI limiters. Oh, where was it? Was it further along? Yep, there's your supercomputers. Use modular frames. Recycled plastic, recycled rubber loop, because of course. Cooling systems. This is actually still working to some degree. The rubber and the plastic. And that's just making fuel. Over here there's like computers and shit. There's heat sinks. I don't think I'm actually making heat sinks to make heat sinks here. Yeah, here you go. Circuit boards and computers. High-speed connectors and fuel. Not exactly working anymore because the empty canisters aren't flowing because, surprise, surprise, there's a missing auto splitter. Or something. And then my power generation back here is still working because that's just oil into fuel directly. Look at that. So yeah, I still have some level of power generation no matter what, because this should just keep operating. Plus I've got backup batteries all over the place. Okay, not all over the place, not in this save. Just this big void area here in the middle that I never ended up using. I used a lot of other stuff though. Rip those splitters. What the hell's going on there? We're only going to get through this save, if even, tonight. And not helped by the interruption, sure, but that was only a couple of minutes. That train is going into the station, so I really was in a safe spot, completely coincidentally. I wasn't actually in the way of anything. So that's good at least. That's odd. It got stuck. Yeah, right there. I'm moving the mouse left while simultaneously moving it in a way to, you know, like, I don't know, it kept getting stuck in a weird spot there. Yes, this train platform really does just float. I didn't even use the angled flatbeds. We could go over there if we wanted. There's that Caterium node that you have on this coast. Sphere. I really haven't built too much in the plains. I built something over there in update 7 or 8, I don't remember. But, like, there's no reason to stop here, because there's nothing here. I almost died falling off of this platform when I was originally building it. That's a clip somewhere on Twitch. That's heavy modular frames over there. I might be okay to briefly look over here, but that's it. Unfortunately, this is the fastest method of transportation at the moment. Just jump slide across. Yeah, that seems to still be functioning correctly. Most of this seems to still be here just fine. You know, why am I not just, there? And disable the fog. Makes it easier to see shit. Yeah, heavy modular frames might actually still be able to run. Okay, that was always jank, clearly. I'm not as of yet. Yeah, look, see, it's still running a little bit. This might have actually been built in a way where it wasn't killed by the things. That's awesome. So this factory, in theory, still works. Let's get back so I don't cause a headache for the trains that definitely don't still need to run. Also, you can see the Manto over there. Definitely did not just phase through the tracks. Nope. Definitely flew under it. Yep, you're going back over there. I don't know how many of you there are, though, so I don't know where that other train potentially could be. There's a train going that way, so actually I probably am still clear for a bit. I really should have just not taken this train and just taken, like, just one train that I quickly placed down. Again, not that it really matters, but if I don't get in the way of things, you know, if I can avoid getting in the way of things, then why not? I think that factory there, or that station there exists solely to get the geothermal gens. That's nitrogen over there, so I'm not touching that. This. Remember this? I remember this. And it looks like it's not working, because of course it's not. Why would it be? Yes, that is a lot of gens. 500 some, I believe? You can shoot off that way. You won't get in anybody's way going over there. And it did move out of there. Good. That wasn't there in Update 5. Anybody want some geothermal power? Yeah, unfortunately you can see, like, those are two different belt segments right there. There used to be a splitter there, so this is all fucked up. Kiosk, I just answered your question as you were asking it. Yep. 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 Purple slug. Yep, I used auto splitters, which auto balanced things, so, yep. A lot of turbo fuel production at this factory. How much? I don't know. 2,400, maybe? Why is there a power slug in there? Also, it does not appear as though I'm using a floor hole because floor holes have always been buggy and just no. I think they might be fixed now, but yeah. Nice, Dingle. Good to hear. Yeah, the trains are trying to keep this on, but there's not enough fuel. This was so much power, it never worked properly. I will just say right now, as many gens as there are here, they never all worked properly because getting this online... I mean, are you surprised that it never worked 100% properly? Yeah, it would be cool, Kiosk. But unfortunately, I'd have to roll back to Update 6, load the mods I had in Update 6. Or I'd have to try and load the Update 6 save at least on the fly. And here's the thing, I already tried loading that Update 6 save. I didn't. This is the save from Update 7. Why? Because the Update 6 save didn't want to load. This is just getting me back on the right side of the track. But yeah, this project never really panned out. But it's okay because I'm going to have a few hundred power gens in 1.0 now. So that's exciting. I think I want to go right. Yes. I definitely did move. I knew it moved. I think that was always there. These trees are in the way. That looked like it was clipping a little, perhaps. This... rocket fuel. Who the fuck uses ionized Kiosk? Like, seriously. It's too damn expensive to be worth it. Yeah, Dingle. Hopefully we can get to racing anything but GT3s there in the near future. I say that. We're not going to be racing in December, apparently, which I don't like, but... whatever. Well, I kind of bounced off of it. So yeah, this is where the nitrogen node used to be. The fun part is that it still works. Because the node was just relocated up to there. So this still works. It's still pumping nitrogen. Yeah, I saw that earlier and was like, wait a minute. Since when has this been here? That didn't used to be there. Yeah, fair enough, Dingo. Okay, so I guess there was water here, because clearly I'm skirting around the edge of the water. Jesus Christ, those things. I don't have a mask, so I'm not going up there. Don't have a mask. What year is it? Yeah, so this area hasn't changed too much beyond, like, this. I don't know what was going on there. Possibly it was in the ground. That isn't where it used to be. Those are slightly hovering. That's slightly changed. This water node hasn't moved, though. I don't think the bauxite caterium have either. Shrubberies, but again, I think I just saw it. Yep. auto splitters being gone. Every now and then I would care to do this. Other times not so much. Anyway, I think I'm probably holding up trains. At least if I'm not currently, I will be shortly. So let's get out of here. I changed my mind. Yep. Yeah, hi. Just do that real quick for me. And then you resume. Let's try that again. It's a blind corner. How was I supposed to know that there was a train coming? Yeah, no, there's a few mods that have taken the update just fine. Even the small sim sinks. They're old versions, but they're still here and they still work. Yeah, that was a fun section of track that I built. This actually still appears to be a node. We'll get to that area maybe. So we just go look at it at the cost of potentially blocking off the tracks. It honestly doesn't matter if the tracks are blocked. Alright, I have to kind of skirt around that. I think I only ever set up a teleporter here. I'm not sure I ever did trains, because I think the entire reason for building here was that I could get most of the resources in the surrounding area. Like miner here, yep, still connected to limestone. Clear hug in the background. The water somehow. Building to be completed at a later date. This was going to be assembly director systems, but I just got burnt out building this. And that was the end of this series. It was the end of my update 5 save. You can see all the shit that I had here. What the hell? Yeah, your slashes didn't really work that well, Angle. They really didn't do much, did they? Also, wait a minute. Oh, okay. So yeah, there should be a miner here. But there's not. Whoops. I hit it twice. There's not a miner here, because that was a miner Mark 5 or whatever the hell it was called. I am going to lose power connection sooner than not. Ah, hell. This is why I miss my power suits. Oh, Yeah, that would do it, Dingle. Okay, so now we go back. Well, thank you for resubscribing, Dingle. Always appreciated. Thank you for using your Prime here. Since I forgot to say that. This is fucking things up. This train can't go because that train, I guess, has priority. But the tracks are close enough to conflict? I don't know. Either way, I'm causing a backup here. Ah, sulfur. That's just going down to the fuel gens. That doesn't matter. Bills isn't showing on your end? Of course not. Also, I can't help but notice that it's time to end the stream, and we're still not done with this world. That's great. There's something back over there, clearly. Slug in the tree, yellow slug in the tree. More slugs in those trees, no doubt. Actually, there might even be a summer sleep up in that one, I think. I feel like there was a summer sleep in that one. Apparently one of these in the area. Actually, I think a couple had them. Ah, yes. That beautiful sight. Scooting of foundations. What, did I nudge some off to the side? Is that what you're talking about? I wasn't even paying attention. A ways back now. Well, we can enjoy it as we go along the swamp again. Yep, that's the swamp. That's why I did an update 6. Just, fuck the swamp. Ah, yeah, right here. Yep. The things you could do with smart. Although, that said, Infinite Nudge lets you do the same thing, just not as fancily. So, yeah. There's a couple of those, because not all parts of this track were actually built on a, on the world grid. Yeah, Dingle did bad things to the ferret, which fortunately I don't have to see. Here I thought I was going to be wrapping up early, and instead I'm wrapping up later. Hi, train. Okay. Yeah, so just for reference, this is where I currently have the miner set up for the computer stuffs. Is down here. Got a train quickly coming up behind me, because there's the 3 nodes there. Yeah, there's nothing actually set up to come in here. This was purely a station that exists to get me power for whatever reason. Dingle, what are you doing to ferret? Yeah, obviously I can't do too much here, just because, like, I'm limited on my movement methods, and I've only got regular fuel for the jetpack. Legacy stairs! Anybody miss this stuff? The only way to get them is to have them in a world. Interesting that they're still in the menu, though. I wouldn't expect that. Yeah, you can't get these stairs anymore. Only if it's an older save can you access them. Any 1.0 saves, they're gone. Inaccessible. They're also very sparkly. I imagine that's either DLSS getting unhappy or maybe like anti-aliasing doing dumb things. Orange tanks in KSP. Yeah, I forgot about those. This is... okay. I was serious about blocking everything in. You can see that, like all the exits. Okay, to be fair, I did this on update 6. Shit hasn't been preserved perfectly. But in update 6, that wasn't a thing. Yeah, I'm going to, just... back up the long-ass staircase. I'm sure this is fun to watch. Just like it's fun to me for me to have to constantly change where my mouse is. Ooh, that was obnoxious. Yeah, they are gone. I told you that. They don't exist anymore. Unless you're bringing a save back from the past, like from update 8 or earlier, bring that into 1.0, you don't have these stairs. So yeah, that was this project. Again, there's some areas, maybe not right there, but back over here I think it was. Yep. That ledge has changed. You can tell because that's floating when it shouldn't be. Trust me, I spent a lot of time to make sure this was all boxed in properly. What the hell was that? Like, was that zappy bit? I think they said that they didn't really like how they fit in or something like that. I forget what. That tree wasn't there previously. That's not even an adjustment to get to the thing. That was just, I'm going up this hill and, oh, this rock is there. Let me get out of the way. This is an area that exists. I love that that just works. Your junctions hurt me. Oh, trust me, this area hurt me too. Also, there's the sole nuke in the world. No, it doesn't do anything. Ooh, I already see pain. I already see the pain. But hey, turbo vermers. Ouch. Ouch. That one's fine. Ouch. Those are fine too. Makes you want to play Derail Valley. Okay. Yep, the elevators still work just fine. Motors, the quick wire The RCUs and cooling units were made elsewhere. One playthrough didn't used to be there. One playthrough of Delta Valley, Derail Valley rather. Simple. When you guys start paying me enough money to be able to afford to buy games like that. Yeah, you're probably thinking of Railroads Online, and I think it's still going, actually. Just under a different group or something. Come on, go forward. So to go the way I want, I need to go this way. Yeah, this entire area is a nightmare of tracks. Yeah, Dingle, I don't... Here's the thing. The last game I bought was in, like, 2022? Maybe 2023? Oh, the last game I bought might have been Violet. Pokemon Violet. Wishlists are visible? Yeah, how do you think that people can gift you games? Also, fun fact, this turn is only one way. Because that bypass over there means that there doesn't need to be another turn. I mean, you can just buy games randomly, but, you know. Malik Rock. And of course the slug is still there. Gotcha, Jingle. This is my block, don't you dare enter it. Life is Strange, Kiosk. That's a sulfur node. Yeah, there's also that Dingle. Not having motivation is, yeah, I know what that's like. I'm gonna send you over there and hope that you're out of the way. Like, the one game I honestly would want to buy right now that I definitely know I would have motivation to play is Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe or whatever it is, but I don't have the money for that, and I need money for bills, not for buying games, which hurts me to say. Yep, that's all dead. Getting water from over... Maybe it was too shallow. Yeah, that's just hovering, apparently. Deal with it. I mean, this at least mostly looks like it's not clipping. Okay, never mind. There's a belt that's completely submerged under the ground. Yep. And I'm pretty sure if you tried to place these on the water... Yeah, the water level has gone up a smidge. Oops. Yeah, that has been noticed, that they upped the water level. Climate change. Oh no. But yeah, like, people's bases or factories were getting flooded on the update to 1.0. When previously they were fine. Sure, kiosk. Yeah, Dingle. I know it. I put enough time into the original to get all of the achievements, and yes, I mean all of them. Even the one that you can't get, but more importantly, the ones that are like, play it for the entirety of a Tuesday, and don't touch this game for 10 years. Yes, I have that achievement. Was it 10 or 8? 5? Was it 5 years? I think it was 5 years. Yeah, it was 5. The new one is 10. Oh, it's all the more reason to get it sooner than not. But again, I need money for bills and other things long before I need money for games. Being an adult sucks in that regard. Dingle, the only one that you could say I cheated is the one that you had to cheat. Because I don't think there was any other way to legitimately get it, but it also wasn't cheating per se. I think it was like a console command or something weird. I don't remember. But no, in regards to the 5 years, I literally just didn't boot up the game from when I last played it in 2014 to early 2019, I think it was. And then the entirety of a Tuesday, just leave the game, leave the game open at a low resolution for the entirety of a Tuesday. Yeah, 2014 was the last time I had played it until 2019, because that's how you get the achievement. Go outside, do other things, go touch grass for 5 years. Which means it's also been about 5 years since I last played it. So I could get the achievement again, legitimately. Been too lazy to get the Tuesday one. I mean, kind of understandable, but the Tuesday one was mostly just leave the game open on minimized, and it worked, so. Ouch, splitter. Was this control rods? No, it was industrial beams. Okay. Touching grass sets off your allergies? Hey, me too sometimes. At the very least, sometimes. There's refineries all the way out here. Yeah, and that was to make a fair amount of them, because my original factory was making like, I don't know, probably 5, maybe 10 a minute. And so that was probably producing at least 60. This is this one. Only a Mark 1 belt. Oh. I don't even know if these are getting moved anywhere. I don't think... Train. I mean, there's certainly nothing coming here to 22. But how much power? Still going strong. Outside of nuclear, would these have a use? Have had a use? I think they're used in some alts. So, like, magnetic field generator. Actually, that's not even an alt. I don't know if that's changed, but... I think turbo vroomers might have used them. Supercomputers might have used them. Motors might have used them. I think those were actually older recipes as well, but I could be wrong. Oh, and by the way, here's the production for the copper and the iron and the wires and the copper sheets back here. Honestly, not that much. Like, it's not insignificant, but relative to how Satisfactory normally is, this isn't that much. Now, was this clipped into the ground previously? That rock doesn't appear to have moved. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I don't think they changed this area too much. Maybe a little. I feel like there wasn't a river here undercutting that area. I could be wrong. Okay, so this area is fun. I can't go that way. And you'll notice that this only splits off this way. That's because this is a one-way loop. This world is a lesson on overusing modded splitters. You're not wrong. Pressure sphere. Don't use the coal back there. Yep, just a small adjustment to the side. And I'm not taking the loop around again. I'm sorry. We're past the end of the stream by a fair bit. I want to end the stream, so I'm going this way. That's where my base currently is. Just sitting there. Would go left to circle back around. Also, yeah, that clips a little. Don't worry about it. So there's two tracks here. The one underneath runs the other way. So now this track dips down. There's a track on the right that merges in that way. And then if I want to go back the other way, that way, I continue to the right. Otherwise, I go straight like this and merge back in on this side. It looks like I'll get away with this. That arch was not there previously in Update 5. Prepare for clipping, and a fair amount of it, because, yeah, Update 6 with the Spire Coast, yeah, there's a lot of shit here that just got fucked up. Yep. Yep. Yeah, this was all before Spire Coast rework. So, like, this used to hug the cliffs and sneak around pillars and such, kind of like it does here, actually. This still works, minus the tree. Don't mind how close the rails get. It was easily fixable, I just never did it, that's all. Yep, that wasn't there. And finally, we're back to my base. Main base. There we go. And just mind the crossing, because you never know when a train is going to come and splat you. And back up. I love that the elevator just works perfectly fine. I do not like this shader whatsoever. Just want to see, like, yeah, didn't buy the boombox. I have bought a lizard doggo statue at least. That's a mod. That's a mod. That's a mod. Those are all mods. That's a mod. Still never bought those, because why bother? Those are new. Never wanted to buy those because they used to require shit that just, no. Stairs are new. Nope. Mod. No, new, sorry. And then the equipment. Gas filters. Yeah, they made gas filters unavailable, which I do not understand. Like, it's unlocked on the save, but I can't get it. You can't get it anymore. I don't understand that choice. Why did they remove that from the shop? But radiation filters are still available? I don't get that. Yeah, imagine kiosk. Fair amount of stuff here that's available.
about the MAM, actually? Yep. Alien tech is brand new. Priority power switch? Didn't exist in Update 5. Of course. Never got that? Oh, huh. I definitely would have gotten that, I feel. That, questionable. Yeah, that didn't exist. That's all done. Sulfur is... yeah, that got reworked. And this stuff didn't used to exist the way it does, so that makes sense, and then that's a mod. What about over here? Mod. Yeah, that I didn't have that back in Update 5. Fluid sink is a mod. Mod. Nice. Mod. Mod. That's newer. Power storage already unlocked, obviously, but the other stuff was newer. Yep. Mod. This is a newer unlock as well. Again, I've unlocked it already in this save, but... same with that. Blueprints didn't exist. And I definitely already had the blender. That's a mod. And then I've got all of that. But not Phase 5. They still haven't fixed... well, they still hadn't fixed it as of 1004. Because again, I'm running on an out-of-date version. Here, take the jetpack. I'm gonna put that back there, because screw it, why not? I am not saving any of that. And with that, we are done for the night. Yeah, that was my Update 5 save. Again, if you want to actually see how that world was properly, the entire... okay, not everything is there, but everything that I streamed of that playthrough is on YouTube. The entire thing, all... God, how many parts were there? Hold on. Let me look. I mean, I have to have this tab open anyway at some point. Update 5? 46 parts. Oh, I forgot to show that. No. I totally forgot the tube. Damn it. There's a tube. I'm not loading up the game. But there's a tube in one particular spot. I'm trying to see if I can scrub through and find it real quick. That's the swamp. Alright, screw it. I'm loading it back up. I want to check. It's not going to take that long. It's still in RAM. I want to show that damn tube off. I'm already over time. It doesn't matter. So the story behind this is that originally I had a small factory to make circuit boards and computers and maybe high-speed connectors just across the way from my base. Because... oh, it loaded the autosave. Okay, that's fine. Don't use the... good thing. I got stuck on the front of it that time. So I built it over here at the top of this hill, but because I knew that Update 6 was going to wreck things, I decided to tear that factory down and build it elsewhere. And so you can see I've got a little bit of stuff here. I mean, there's a bit of fuel production, but I think this is primarily for this, which of course is sinking. But this area used to be a factory. Again, this is in those Update 5 streams. But there was one part that I left behind because when I placed things, it formed in a really weird way. And at least as of Update 6 or 7, whenever the Spire Coast was reworked, it was still here. Why? There. I guess this is a self-sustaining setup. But what do you mean this only consumes 100 megawatts. Anyway. The one part should be... Yep, there it is. That tube was placed naturally. Things were just misaligned such that it happened to place in a really weird way, and I noticed that as I was disassembling the factory and left it there. And it still survives to this day. Granted, I think once they touched Spire Coast, they mostly were done with it. Some things have been changed, obviously, in the time since, but it was basically just minor passes to maybe change node locations, add SAM nodes, and things like that. Mercer spheres, hard drives, summer sloops, so on and so forth. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show because it's still there. It's still not perfectly preserved. There's kind of a tree clipping through it, but yeah, this is where a factory used to be. And this and the foundation below it are the remaining remnants of that factory. Okay, for real this time. That's the end. So yeah. That save, that Update 5 save, it's a shame I couldn't load the Update 6 version of it, because there's potential it might have fared slightly better. We could have seen it closer to its original state, but it didn't want to load. And I mean, that's not surprising. That's jumping from Update 6 straight to 1.0, right? Like, honestly, I'm lucky that that Update 7 save loaded without having to stop at Update 8 on the way through, you know? That does hopefully mean, though, that in future Satisfactory streams, I can spend a bit more time and, you know, take an hour or so to go and look at the other two saves I have. One from Update 7, which I primarily played off-stream, and then one from Update 8, which I played on-stream, but I think I only got like 20-some streams out of that. I never said I was going to even try for Phase 4 completion, because it's just ridiculous, you know. Back then, nah. Too ridiculous, not worth the time. And so once I got past Phase 3, I got what I wanted done, and I said, yeah, enough's enough. And waited for 1.0. Not that I knew at that time that 1.0 was going to be the next thing, but, yeah. I put the game aside, and then eventually they said 1.0 is going to be the next thing. Okay. Gotta just sit here and wait until that happens, which it's already been 2 months. Time, slow down, would ya? Please. Anyway, speaking of time, the next stream is not Friday. Damn it, bot. The next stream is going to be Pokemon on Wednesday because, well, when I streamed it last week, we were finally making progress. Finally moved on to the Mirelands. Finally start doing Dex research there. And I've been playing a decent bit this last week. Well, last 5 days, I guess, since that stream. I've not gotten a ton done, but I've also gotten a fair bit done. I've got a lot of catching done, some defeating, a little bit of the moves being used, things like that. Still got a lot to do, but, you know, while we're just getting started in this area, I want to stream it a bit more. So, yeah, expect maybe this stream and maybe next week. I don't know. Depends. We'll see. If I'm just going to be doing Dex research and trying to find alphas and shit, then maybe not. We'll see. Also, the bot did originally say Assetto on Friday. We are probably going to be doing Assetto to some degree on Friday, but it sounds like it's going to be more of a lesson session. It's going to be, there's been a number of people who have joined us for the first time or haven't joined us too much this year. Previous to this year, I guess, for that second bit. So they're not as experienced with racing. They don't necessarily know everything by heart. And so the idea is that we're going to have some races to basically try and teach. They're going to be more lessons than actual races. So we can teach people how to properly race and maybe even get them to a point where they can race a little bit better. They understand the racing line and how to approach it and how to, actually take the turns and all these various things just that little bit better. Teach people how not to be in the way. Yeah. That's definitely something that I am going to want to hammer home is the blue flags, because this isn't even a recent thing. It's very clear from over the years of doing FNR, regardless of which game it was in, people do not fucking understand blue flags. Ever. And we can tell them what to do with it, and they still don't fucking understand. Check your blue flag. Callie, you don't even take part. Although you at least have an excuse. So I don't blame you. But yeah. So, I'm not saying I won't stream, but I don't know. Maybe have to hear what the plan is a little bit more before I decide whether or not to stream that. Because I'll probably be taking part. But, yeah, it might be more tutorially or lesson-y than actually racing. Point I'm trying to get across here. Anyway, it's over 30 minutes past the normal end of the stream, so I want to wrap it up now. I'm not going to actually end it right this second, though. Because first, I'm going to play some ads. Because, look. It's the end of the stream. If you don't want to watch ads, just leave, okay? Simple as that. If you're a sub, you shouldn't see ads. If you're not a sub, you'll probably see ads. You don't want to watch them? Leave. That's fine. You won't miss anything. Yeah, Kelly, and yeah, Dingle, there's also that too. So yeah, anyway, ads. Watch them or don't. Like I said, I want to end now. So, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully, I'll see you next time. Later.